Folks, we are back again for another late Dynamite preview. Thankfully late though, right? Because we'd have missed the biggest news of the day in terms of Dynamite.
Getting
For those of
hot in
you,
here.
there you go. For those of you that don't know, Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia was announced in the last 30 minutes, maybe. And I think everyone's excited for this. I have to say, Jaychele, I'm going to get a little bit sentimental here because I was just thinking about this when we was, I was waiting to do this show, and I was late as I always am. And I was like, how cool is it this match is taking place on the 20th birthday of Ring of Honor? Because
Oh yeah.
Daniel Garcia sure feels like the spiritual successor to what Bryan Danielson was in 2002 and that in those years, and it wasn't lost on me how fucking awesome that is. So I thought we were going to get another Ring of Honor tribute tonight. We still may. Now, I don't want to spoil anything. I meant to say to you, Jaychele, like, we should probably not mention the big select story that was kind of...
Yes.
There's one that Sean just outright said, which will how. We can get into that when the time comes, speaking of free agents. But there's another that he hid, and I think is kind of under the wraps, so we won't talk about too much. But, Jaychele, how are you on this wonderful Wednesday evening?
I'm great. I'm feeling nice. My Ricky Starks interview dropped on the same day that Ricky's competing to be in the Face of the Revolution ladder match, which is... Dude... I can't be living a better life right now. And my Bola boy is facing Danielson. So we got Daniel versus Daniel.
Yeah.
I can't be happier. I think I'm at like peak happiness. And I took a sticky note off of my board. I can just say it now. I interviewed Big Swole today. Yeah. That'll be on my Patreon tonight if you want to check that out. Because apparently I have to do work and edit that. So.
Oh. That sounds bad. Speaking of editing, I do actually have to ask you a couple questions. I was not there for the recording of the Ricky Starks interview.
Yeah.
But I had some friends that were involved in the process.
Okay.
And I was informed that on 6 occasions, he referenced me and at one point outright complimented me, and I did not see those mentions make the final cut. So I'm wondering, was that a case of you editing it for the sake of time, or was it more of a personal shot at me? Just out of interest.
Which one hurts you more?
I think the second one's worse. I can
go with that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's one way to approach it. In all seriousness, please support that interview. Support that whole project.
Thank you, guys.
A hell of a cast, right? A great group of characters and great pro wrestlers all around.
I got some other stuff too that I'll just say it. I got a Darius Lockhart interview too. That's waiting to come out. Probably be the week after this one. But I'm very thankful for all the support. Right. It's been insane. I went huge interview, and I was not expecting that at all. I've been able to do so much, so I'm very grateful.
Look, I don't think I'm talking out of turn to say that these men and women are tired of talking to people that look like me and fucking, asking the same questions, and I think it's cool. I think it's really, really cool. So, folks, please support that. Support Jaychele's Patreon. All that, because you get early access over there, right? You get the audio files, so there's a whole lot on that side of things.
You can even ask questions if you want to. I always will post a little thing so you can drop questions.
There you go. You can ask questions about me, right?
I don't think you should do that. If you try to waste a Swole question on Joe, I have so much concern. I will consider refunding you on Patreon.
You may compose questions for Big Swole, who there's so many great, interesting questions, and it's this huge story, and people reply, please ask Swole if there was any talk of the Distraction podcast in the AEW locker room.
Dude. I can't fully spoil something. Okay. But you know how we all think that Cody solved racism? Go with me.
He didn't?
Go with me. There's something that suggests that he did in the AEW locker room. And there's a story that Swole's telling that you guys might want to check out.
I thought that was going to go a different direction, but that sounds good. Yeah, all right, cool. Well, look, there you go, folks. Lots to look forward to.
Giving you scoops.
I don't do those anymore. Now, I used to be a big scoopster, yeah.
Oh.
Now what I do is what all of the scoopsters do, other than 2 of them, which is I just do predictions, and when it's right, I pretend I know, which is a good bit. You should learn that skill, Jaychele. It's very useful.
I think I've done that before.
Probably. Most of us do. Yeah.
Didn't I Sounds right. Sounds like I did.
To be fair, here's where it's really complex, though. Some scoopsters are very open about the fact that they're just predicting things, and aggregators report it as scoop. So you really have to be very careful. There's many layers to scooping. Now, I know this is a big one for you as it is for me, Garcia and Danielson. I'm fascinated by the process of how this came together because this is very un-AEW to announce this match under 2 hours before showtime, right? Or 2 hours before. I'm not complaining, but do you think this was always the plan, or maybe something has changed with other people? I'm really intrigued.
I don't give a fuck what happened. I really don't, because I get this match. I don't give enough of a fuck. I'm so excited regardless. I mean, probably there was some travel issues or something, and they didn't feel comfortable announcing it. Whatever the fuck. Thank you, Tony Khan. You did me wrong a lot of times. You've hurt my feelings. You've hurt my friends' feelings. Which you did something right here. So
yeah, I agree. I've said before, I think sometimes that Tony's booking is a little conservative, so I'm a big fan of him just being like, let's just book this match and just do the match, right? Because
if you are listening, please clip that video of me saying I don't give a fuck so I can use it on Joe in the future. Tag me in it on Twitter. And
I don't know how I feel about you weaponizing the clippers of our community.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
Also,
yes,
I think that this was smart of him to kind of pick up some more of that buzz, like somebody said in the chat as well, because obviously there's always that looming thing right now, that big announcement that Tony was talking about. We don't know if we're gonna get it today, all of that stuff. And before this Ricky stuff was being announced, I was like, this Dynamite's looking a little slow for me. Besides the tag team battle royal, I was like, okay, there's some cool stuff, but Jade versus the Bunny is not why I'm tuning in. Love you, Jade. Sorry, that's not why. Ricky's there. Ed Garcia's there. Yeah.
I agree. I'm very thankful as someone that now reviews this show every week. I am thankful for this edition because it did look a little bit. Here's the thing too. I think for you and I, the Malachi stuff isn't a big deal to me.
Unless we get Bud Matt.
Well, I wasn't going to mention it, but there is that looming threat of the Australian Nightmare, Bud Matt.
Did you see how I zoomed in on that picture for you and then Shoot enhanced it?
What picture?
Remember when he was in the background of the promo, the spooky...
Oh, yeah. Do you realise, Shoot mentioned this, man, I forgot to talk about this on the air. Do you realise that he knocked on the door before he walked in?
No, he didn't.
He did, because, do you know what? I don't know if you was watching then, so... When they were feuding in WWE, the whole thing was that he knocked on Aleister Black's door. So in the vignette last week, there was a knock on the door, which was if you didn't know already,
That's
so
cute.
Spoiler alert.
I love that for them.
For them is the key part of that phrase. Good for them.
I don't get it. He speaks in words I don't understand.
Oh, no,
he uses all of this folktale shit, and I'm just like,
folktale.
Cowboy shit? Opposite folktale shit.
Now, our friend Buddy Matthews is
friend of the show.
He's doing one of the great wrestling plays of all time, which is that he is making it very clear to everyone that follows him on Instagram and cares, which is confirmed Shoot and I only, with his Instagram stories, he's made it very clear that he is home. Which in wrestling means it's all the more likely that he is at AEW Dynamite tonight to make his debut. Yeah. Do you think we're getting the Bud Matt debut tonight? I'm actually genuinely a little bit unsure. What do you think?
It depends if we get the other thing that's in that select report or not.
Right.
I feel like we're not going to burn all of this at once. I could see, depending on what Malachi is doing at Revolution, I could see something happening then. Another big debut or whatever it may be, because they do have some more time now that they don't also have that tag team battle royal on that show as well, which is why I think they kind of move some stuff so they can get some more time. So we shall see. There was something in the chat that I wanted to acknowledge.
Well, this feels key, right? People mentioned Phoenix. If he's coming back and the pay-per-view matches are trios, you kind of need to do Buddy pretty soon here,
Wasn't he at AAA?
Oh, he's ready to go. It's just if you imagine that's Revolution, you'd probably bring Phoenix back on the Go Home show, right? So you only have a couple weeks to play with here.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is, lest we forget, Brody came in a month after he's vignette. Remember they did the really obvious Brody King vignette about violence and all that stuff? It was a month before he actually showed up. So
I think it was supposed to be 3 weeks and ended up being a month because it was supposed to be the Ray Phoenix thing, and then Phoenix broke his arm, but...
Right.
Meltzer said that he's still a month out. How nice is that? You just predicted it, Joe. You got a scoop.
Told you, folks. Just predict enough things, and you'll get there in the end. Because they could do it the other way around. They could have Phoenix show up first. They could, go. But it's either way. I think we know where we're headed, and it's exciting. So, enough about lore. Okay. There's a big segment tonight that I would predict I'm more excited for than you are, which is the Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho head-to-head, face-to-face segment.
I'm kind of excited.
I think Chris is going to bring it tonight. I think he knows that people are expecting him to get cooked, and I think he's going to.
That's not why I'm excited.
I know it's not why, but look, that's not why I am either. You get obviously I'm a Kingston, but everyone's predicting Chris is going to get murdered out there, and Jericho's pride will mean that he will have some stuff up his sleeve, right? He's going to have some lines, whether they are.
Complaining about my glasses, I'll literally just take them off. I can see without them. Okay. Sorry, don't roast me. Yeah.
Now. Isn't it horrible when they start picking apart your appearance? It's like, I have mirrors.
I will cry, dude. I'm a crier.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you think about this one? Do you think this will go as many predict, and Eddie's going to kind of go out there and kill him out there, or are we going to see Jericho roll back the years a little bit? What do you think, Jaychele?
I don't think Jericho's rolling back no years. I don't believe in that. I'm good on that.
I don't believe it.
I think only certain people can do that, and Jericho is not one of them. That happens when you're good to people. If you're a good person, you deserve that. Okay. If you're not, you don't deserve that.
The reason I say this is
he ain't sipping no fountain of youth. No.
Well, I did think he's looked better the last few weeks, so I have optimism. I understand why you don't, folks. If you would like to have a question answered or a comment read, please feel free to send us some love at streamlabs.com/late night grin.
Super grins.
Yeah, super grins, grinner chats, all of that good stuff. We still haven't got a URL because we're lazy. You can do that. You can send one. You can support the show. It isn't funding Jaychele's college anymore, college life, or her next dinner either. You can just send it in with a grin. Okay.
Yes. Now, don't direct it at me, because then I'm just going to tell you to go to my Patreon, so don't do that.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, don't direct it to me and say specifically for Joe.
Yeah.
I'm late, can you start the show over is a great comment.
I like that one.
We should just do that, right? Have we actually talked about
read his name? Read their name.
I've read it before. I'm not doing it now. Not after you've encouraged me like that.
Hi, Leland.
Okay. Now, I'm intrigued. What do we think this match is going to look like with Jade and the Bunny? What kind of length are we thinking here? Are we thinking that we go a 5-minute match, or are they going to? Because the Bunny's a veteran, are they going to try and test Jade's kind of ability to go longer here? What do you think?
I'm gonna give an over/under of 7 minutes.
I will go slightly under. Okay. I think it'll be around 6. What do you think?
I'm gonna go a little over. I'm gonna go 8. I'm giving them, because I think they get a commercial break. So I'm gonna go for that. Oh, we got some numbers in the chat.
We do.
It looks like we're all in the same ballpark of the 5 to 8-ish. Right. 7 is probably right. Okay, you guys can go for 7 too.
So, do we think this is the start of Jade being a babyface, or is this a one-off? Because people have been cheering her.
Fucking cross, dude. I want to be able to buy some Jade merch and not feel bad about myself because she's a heel. I just want to love Jade. Let me love Jade and not feel bad about it.
That's very wholesome. I respect that. It's a good question. Is Jade going to do anything at the pay-per-view? If so, what is it? Good question, Jaychele. What do you think?
Well, somebody in the chat earlier was mentioning that Mark Sterling apparently has an announcement. I didn't hear about that, but I guess that he does. Which will probably be like an open challenge or something like that, and then they can bring in a Athena. I don't know, but she would have to lose, so I don't know what you do with that.
Yeah, this was always my slight concern with Jade as TBS champ, and I actually think thus far it's worked. So I'm not even being critical, but my mindset was kind of these big free agents. How are they going to do the open challenges while having them as real matches, not doing squashes? I think the AQA match showed you can do it. It's a little bit harder to imagine, right? Bringing an Athena in to work a 6-minute. I don't think I think you could do it.
I
I don't
think Jade can
necessarily
go
know if it works.
longer on a pay-per-view though.
I do
I
too.
have faith in her. Somebody's saying Nixon. People are saying Nixon. That's a good
Yeah.
shout.
Well, look, I mean, Jade's longer matches thus far, we've had mixed results, right? I think the Ruby match was a struggle. The Anna Jay match was like a home run.
Yeah.
So I think a big part of it is how comfortable she is with who she's wrestling. So I don't know if someone like Athena, who's probably never
Can
met her, right? It'd
can
be
I
different. I don't know.
mention something that I think might have worked? Because I was
Yes.
thinking about this. Where do you think Anna Jay was trained?
The Nightmare Factory thing.
Where was Jade trained?
The Nightmare Factory thing.
Oh, so they
Oh,
have
yeah, you're
wrestled
right.
each other multiple
And
times.
they tried to follow up on that by putting Julia in there too. And that was shorter, right? Because Julia's great, but that was the same thought process. I
Yes.
agree with you. I think the match with Anna Jay is who um, the trainers and such see Jade being when she's in a empty ring just wrestling because she looked
Yes.
comfortable and confident. She didn't look like she was scared she was going to hurt Anna Jay because they know each other's strength, right? They
Yep.
know each other, they felt each other. I think you see a difference in that when she was wrestling Ruby. Now I will say, and Shoot mentioned this to me, and I think he was spot on, and Jade actually reiterated it on the Grapsody interview. Her confidence has been affected by this belt in a good way. There's been a serious uptick in kind of there's a sense of belief there in what she's doing that I think was a little bit uncertain before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in this case, AEW's kind of confidence in Jade has paid off. Again, we'll see how she does tonight. Right, it's still early
Right.
days. She's been champ for what, 5 weeks, or 6 weeks. So we'll see. The bunnies. She's a pro, but it's an interesting matchup. I don't know.
I have an idea. If we turn Jade face, I think we either do something with Mercedes Martinez for the TBS title, or we turn Chris Stat heel. I don't know how you do that with her alien character, but I
Well,
think she needs to be champ next.
considering what she said about poor Layla Hirsch recently,
Dude,
she's already a
good
heel in my book.
Lord. That was mean. I don't think I would even say that to somebody.
No. Well, I don't know. Give it a few more months on this platform. Now, I will say the Mercedes one is interesting because you could have the plot point of or the plot line of Mercedes basically saying that she helped Jade win that belt to begin with, right? Because she attacked Thunder Rosa. The problem is, it appears they've just turned Mercedes. So,
but do they really have to? I feel like she can still play tweener enough. I feel like it wasn't. Maybe this is me being critical and picking this apart. I feel like it wasn't a strong enough turn for me for it to be considered because she didn't fully beat down Britt. She didn't fully beat down Jamie. She got
just
into
hesitated.
she got into a little tussle. She was fine. I don't know. I think
agree.
she could still be a tweener.
I do agree, but I do think that's where they're going. So I guess I think they're going to do that tag match at some point.
Yeah.
And then however that looks is going to be telling. It's also worth noting, of course, that Britt and Jamie remains a thing they're going to do. So there's a lot of moving pieces there in terms of who's turning and what's going on with it. Because I think Britt and Jamie are probably going to be. My assumption has always been that's going to be Britt's program after she loses the belt. Right?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Now, do you think they turn? Is Jamie the babyface in that, or is Britt the babyface? What do you think?
They better not make Britt a face. I
think that's the play. I do. I know the hesitation because she struggled before, right? But I just think
it makes sense crowd wise. I just would prefer Jamie to be the face. I don't know. I feel like they've built too much into her being a face now. We feel sympathetic for Jamie at this point. So for them to try to switch it, it's too much for me.
I agree. I guess the thing I always come back to with this is it feels to me like that match is a lot easier to kind of put together if Jamie is the heel and she's kind of, being the powerhouse in there and throwing Britt around.
Yeah.
If Britt has to get 6-7 minutes of heat on Jamie, I think it could be a challenge for her, skill set wise. This is an interesting point. I like this as a talking point. Is it too similar if Jamie turns face to the Wardlow situation? That's actually an interesting point. What do you think?
I think now that you bring that up, that does make sense. But I also, I don't know how soon this happens, but I see something similar to this also in the Hobbs and Ricky kind of sort of thing as well. Because they have to turn Hobbs face eventually. He looks like a face talent. So I think it's just a natural thing. Maybe the timing is wrong in this case scenario, but I think it's a natural thing when they pair faces with heaters, like a Jamie, like a
Yeah,
Wardlow, whatever. But the timing is poor for that if they're gonna try to do it.
I
I
think
don't really have a problem with it. I didn't see it until they said it. So
that's fair. I think the Hobbs one is fascinating because I agree with you. I've been pretty consistent on this too. Like, he feels like he'll be a babyface eventually.
mm-hmm.
But you already have the dynamic in Team Taz where Hook is a babyface, right? So it's like, how do you navigate that?
Can we turn them all face?
I honestly think that would be good. Like, people love Taz too, so like I think you could do it. I really, but I
Ricky is a
think
natural face, though.
yeah.
Love him to death. That man is a face.
There you go. I mean, he was when he was in the world famous National Wrestling Alliance giving me interviews. He was a great babyface.
2
Do you
years
know that
ago,
when
Joe.
you know when he came on the Distraction, he was advertising his match with a broom? Do you know that?
When he came on Wrestling with Whiteness, he had his FTW championship.
Comparable.
Okay.
Okay, what do we think this Garcia Danielson match looks like tonight? Is it, so I think last time when the Moriarty match got 12 minutes, I want to say, and it was awesome, right? It was perfect.
Over.
I think Danielson's going to give Garcia more.
Yeah. They view Garcia as the highest on that.
Yes.
What do they call them? The young killers or whatever?
Yeah.
Instead of the pillars, it was killers. And
yeah.
maybe I shouldn't be using that word because I don't know. I think I know who it came from, and I don't think I should supposed to be saying that. But I think they view him higher on the poll. I would have had to say 15. Don't laugh, Joe. We can't laugh about that.
You
Joe.
alarmed me. Great. I don't know what you're talking about. It scared me very much. Carry on.
Oh, I'll tell you later. But I think it goes 15. Maybe even more. Maybe like 17. To be honest, I think that they're high on Garcia. They put him in a TNT title match, and we haven't seen that yet. They had the Punk match already as well, so I could see this match going a little bit longer.
I agree with both your answer and your logic. They definitely have Garcia higher on the depth chart right now, right? He had the big match with Kingston. He pinned Kingston in a tag match. You mentioned the Punk. That one like 15 minutes on Rampage. So I agree with you.
And Sammy, he main evented with Sammy. So
yeah, exactly. So I think it's a case of. I think you and I don't know where you're at on this. I'm actually interested. I think Moriarty has a much higher ceiling. I think he's more charismatic and connects with people live better. But I think Garcia is a better in-ring performer right now, as of this very moment. Where do you stand on that kind of debate? I know it's hard because you love them both, but I'm just intrigued.
Oh God, I think mainstream-wise, Lee has a higher ceiling. I think the music aspect of his stuff works a lot in favor for him. And I feel like the mask and everything too. I feel like he has a lot of like movable pieces. Garcia, Garcia, please don't kill me. I want more than just the towel thing that he does. Like I need something extra like to set him apart besides his amazing wrestling. I think he's strong enough on the mic, but he's like 23. Yeah. So, I mean, these boys got time.
It's really interesting because I think Shoot is the one that said it on our show of like he thinks Garcia still has to find his like TV character, whatever that means. His TV personality, I think was the term he used. And I definitely agree that if you listen to the live crowds, Lee connects easier than Garcia, right? Like, I kind of think that's why tonight we're going to see whatever this match looks like. I think Garcia is going to be under Danielson's wing here moving forward. I think that's the play.
It better be all of them.
I don't think it will be.
No. We're not doing that. That's a joke.
Well, he's the heel here, though, right? Like Garcia's the guy, and I think he's maxed out. You know, the 2.0 thing, which has been good for him, but I think now there's time to move on. And I think the play is that Danielson's going to kind of officially make him the first member of this super faction that he's planning. And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if Garcia was the finish for the Moxley match. You know, if he cost Moxley at Revolution against Danielson, I could see something like that too.
Do we eventually get Moriarty and Yuta? Or no?
I don't think so. I think Yuta maybe. Not. I don't think we get
Moriarty. I think Moriarty's a stronger case than Yuta for me.
But to me, Moriarty's a babyface, so I don't want to muddy those waters, you know?
I don't think they give a fuck.
I get you, because Danielson's a weird shade. But to me, if I was, me personally, if I had the pencil and I was shaping Lee Moriarty's character, I think he should stand for, like, Seidel's been good to me. That's my guy. I'm not messing with this Dolk Danielson. That's what I think personally.
I'm having a panic attack.
It's I mean it as a compliment. I promise. I'm just I'm trying to figure this out
I would
because I
feel
would
so
like
bad. I would
to
feel
me,
so bad.
huh?
That's a major missed opportunity if Moriarty isn't a part of that.
Well, hang on a second. Let me pitch the alternative here.
I'm sweating, Joe.
What if instead you make a big point of the fact that Lee is the one that won't join, so therefore Lee and Danielson wrestle. You have a series of matches. The next match goes 20 minutes, and eventually, maybe at the end of this year, whenever Lee actually beats Danielson, they have this 30-minute match on pay-per-view, and he comes out of it much stronger than just being a backup guy.
If that's what happens, I'm fine.
Now, to be fair, you could do what I just pitched, but have him in the faction for a little bit, right? So I get that, but it depends what Moxley's
I
part
think
is.
this needs is some Kevin Blackwood.
Okay, I don't know that solves things, but yeah, that's fair.
I know it doesn't, but I would just enjoy it. I feel like all four of them brings that mystique, that little bola click.
It's really hard to talk about this because I do not want to spoil what could happen tonight. But there's certain guys that feel like they could be in Danielson's kind of orbit, right? And we'll leave that for maybe the review of some other show.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking ahead here now, there was a big conflict on Twitter, Jaychele. You got very aggressive because, as you mentioned, Ricky Starks is wrestling 10 tonight, and I made a mere joke. I said the confirmed shoot is not a big fan of 10. I said this is going to be him tonight when 10 wins in 6 minutes. It was a joke, okay? I'm terribly sorry. I made a mistake. It was a joke. You replied with aggression. You then tweeted an all caps tweet with me added at the end, which seemed to frame this as though I was desperate for 10 to win. Like I'd ever cared whatsoever about 10 winning or losing any wrestling match. And I feel that I have been slightly mistreated here in terms of narrative. I think I've been framed poorly by you on Twitter. So I would like a statement of sorts here. I don't want to fine anyone. I've moved past that part of my leadership. I think you made some errors there on Twitter, Jaychele. That's all I'm saying. Do you have any comment?
I think you made an error.
You usually do. That's fair. Okay.
Because obviously you tweeted that knowing today was my day and that Ricky was my guy. And, this is a big day for me. This is a lot. I'm having a lot of emotions. I'm dealing with a lot of stress right now. This could be really big for me. I can just promote it as, he's now in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Check out my interview with him. That could be big for me. That could be huge,
Right.
But you wanted to try and make jokes at the expense of Ricky Starks. And today is my Defend Ricky Starks day. So, yeah, that happened.
I did know this was a very big day for you, and particularly your Ricky Starks fandom. I will concede that. However, I will say, and anyone that's followed me can believe this, sometimes I don't fully think through my tweets.
So whose fault is that?
It's mine. Hey, look, hands on the table. Right? But I do want to make it clear that this particular tweet was aimed directly at our friend, the confirmed shoot, and his hatred of 10. It was not in any way, shape, or form a reference to your big interview and your big day. So I apologize. Now I would like, that to be reciprocated in some kind of way.
I'll give you a free Patreon sub.
Okay, that's a good start. I mean, the all caps tweets is something that I think we should chill on a little bit, especially because that one did 30 likes, which made me very uncomfortable.
My tweets normally don't get that much engagement. It was funny.
It was slightly dangerous. I felt the fact that a tweet that was basically built around taking a victory lap around me seemed to make people so excited. But,
wait, who does this? Fuego.
There you go. Now I'm interested. Do we actually think there's a chance Ricky needs to win this match? Seriously,
dude.
right?
Somebody put something in my comments, and it was Will.
Okay.
So it was the. Did you see it or no?
I don't think so. Is this recent, in the last hour?
Well, a little bit before that. He pitched a Dante match at Revolution. So if we don't get him in this match, I need the Dante match at Revolution. And I don't know how likely that is for them to give Ricky a match, but Ricky told me that he would be involved in Revolution in some shape or form. which now leads me to believe he'll be having a match. So one way or the other.
Right. To be totally honest, and I mean this with all love to Dante Martin, I don't think that match would be a Revolution match. And see, before you react seriously,
I'm agreeing
right?
with you, dude.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that card's yeah.
I would rather have a singles match. That's how I feel.
Yes,
Love
yeah,
Dante. Ricky deserves a singles match
yeah,
on a pay-per-view. Also, because he'd likely be the only black man with the
right.
pay-per-view match, specifically with Dante. I would, have a little crying
Mm-hmm.
breakdown. And one of the important things I'm trying to work on in AEW is
Yeah,
representation,
no, you're
right?
right. Absolutely.
I just don't know how likely it is going to be. But
Right.
what I do know is I need them to figure out what they're doing with the FCW championship. Pretty soon it should be off Ricky and on Hook. Hook should be tasting that TNT title. I don't think he's going to win that ladder match, but I think he should be a part of it. So there's that.
I think Ricky's going to be in there in the ladder match. I think his role is very much going to be the kind of bumping machine for these three big
Ricky.
monsters. But I think he'll actually enjoy that role as a heel and have fun with it.
Yes, he will. I hope he screams. I think he can scream. I think he has pipes like
Good.
Isaiah. There you go.
I think that.
We're not supposed to say that. I just said he has pipes. Okay,
that's fine. Whatever. It's the late night Grin. You say anything? I think Dante may be on Revolution though, but I think he may be with Top Flight back. I could see that being the surprise in the Battle Royal. I could.
Well, we don't have the Battle Royal at Revolution anymore.
No, but I'm saying, next week's the casino
you think
one.
He's gonna win?
I could see them doing that being the surprise. Top Flight's back, because the way they beat him,
fuck.
the way they pinned him on Rampage with Hobbs, that was kind of definitive to me, right?
It was.
That didn't give me the vibe of we're building to Ricky and Dante. He just beat Dante, which fair. I would have done the same, but
one, Evan, I am making dick jokes because Ricky is the stroke daddy, so it's only fair. Okay. Two, I think that was the bow. I'm hoping that was the bow. It felt like it to me. I feel like it's time for Darius to come back. I feel like he's probably ready to come back regardless. So I don't know if he's winning, but I could see them coming back. Honestly, I was getting very hopeful for these battle royals, but I'm feeling like it's just going to be Red Dragon and Young Bucks, and I'm just going to be sad because there's no Proud and Powerful. So I'm not getting my hopes up for that.
It's really interesting, the Proud and Powerful part, because we've spent a lot of time, everyone on the Grin platform has, because I forced them to talk about it.
Dude, I'm fucking invested in that.
I think we all agreed this angle so far has helped them, right? They've had a chance to talk, actually cut a promo on Jericho. They beat Jericho last week. They pinned Jericho, not Hager, which was a big grin for me. But the big question has always been, okay, but what is their Revolution endgame here? Because it feels like Kingston and Jericho is the pay-per-view match. So what does that mean for them? They're in this Battle Royal, according to the graphic. So how do you treat them in that? I guess you could do a deal where the Bucks and Red Dragon, and people are mentioning it in the chat, maybe they aren't going to win either and they're going to have their own match at the pay-per-view. But again, I come back to the question is, would that be on the pay-per-view? And the card's there's a lot of matches to get on this card now, right? We can't just keep adding. It's difficult.
I was originally thinking that they were going to win the match at Revolution, which was the Casino Battle Royal for tag teams. And I was like, this is perfect for me. Mm-hmm. And now I don't know. Now I'm just feeling sad because I feel like he's just going to get stuck in the match with Jericho at Revolution. They're going to get stuck in a match with Jericho at Revolution. And I'm going to be sad. Also, one other thing I want to mention, Terminus is tomorrow, and I will only be watching for Santana.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Thursday?
Yeah!
What is this? Is this the Distraction Podcast? Thursday? Good Lord.
Are you allowed to say that?
What, the Distraction Podcast? I hope so. That'd be pretty brutal if I wasn't, wouldn't it? I mean, I didn't say it as a slight or anything. That was first. I mean, I wouldn't even...
Say as a slur?
As a slight. I said, not slur. Oh my God, he said the Distraction. Get him off.
Cancel.
I just, when I hear Thursday, that's where I go. Anyway.
Yeah, it's tomorrow, guys.
That is weird, right? For an indie show, you'd think they'd just do a Saturday night.
Impact, so there's that.
Fucking owned. Look, in all, people can laugh at Impact's viewership, but I would not want to investigate the pay-per-view buys on a Thursday night terminus. So, good luck in
I
that.
wouldn't want to investigate the pay-per-view buys on a terminus. Period.
Agreed, but I think here's a serious question. I mean this with love. I like some of the people involved, and I think terminus is a great idea. But seriously, what percentage of the first show buyers do you think they're going to get for this second one? Like, you don't have to say the number, the percentage itself. So, like, do you think they're going to get half as many? Is it going to be 50% by the second one? Or is it less? Because 6%?
15.
That was 15 you were doing it? That was 6. You can't put a 1 and a 5 up. That's ridiculous. Outrageous behavior. Okay. I honestly think it will be I mean, no one will report it because no one can find out, right? It's not on like actual paper.
Yeah, I
but
think
even
30 is an actual good number. I was joking with 15, so you can go
Yeah.
30. I think their audio stuff didn't help them. I think them announcing Leo Rush, even though they knew he was injured, didn't help them.
Yeah.
I think them not booking the best matches doesn't help them.
Jay Lethal, Baron Black, though. Right?
Next, please. Let's move along.
I want to give some love to Rice Man, who sent us a wonderful donation. He said that there was no need to read it on the air, but I did anyway because I fucking run this show.
That was violent and aggressive.
I'm just messing. God bless, man. Thank you for support. Streamlabs.com/late night grin if you want to support the show and fuel my Pepsi Max habit or whatever. That's what we used to say. Before you came on the platform, we used to make like jokes about, fueling Bob's habit for guns and stuff.
Do you know I used to be a gun control activist?
I did not, but that doesn't surprise. Nothing really surprises me at this point.
Good boy.
Fair. We should have you talk to Bob about that someday. All right, anyway.
I don't think that's a good idea. Okay.
I'm only admit Bob's, he's.
Did somebody say shoot coke? What does that mean?
Oh, don't worry. Just a thing from my past. Anyway, what else do we have announced for tonight? Have we talked about all the matches? The Battle Royal?
Yep.
Danielson?
Yep.
Ricky?
Yeah.
And the Jade match. Is that all we've got right now?
Well, we didn't fully talk about the Penta.
Pac. There you go. I forgot that.
Because we touched on it at the beginning, so.
Let's pretend Buddy Matthews is actually in Orlando, Florida. How do you book the finish of this match? Who the hell gets pinned? Why are we doing a rematch already? So on and so forth. What do you think's happening here, Jaychele?
Don't care.
Fair.
Do you want me to actually guess?
I would like to, because I haven't really got any guess either, so I was going to try and make one up when you talk.
I don't...
Fuck.
Are they supposed to win that Battle Royal next week? Are they supposed to be the next tag champs? For realsies?
I think they are, yeah. But the question there is, though, is the team Malachi and Brody, or is it Brody and Buddy? Who was the team?
You know it's Brody and Malachi.
But then what does Buddy do? Just like hang around?
Sits there and he just does cool flips and shit.
Well, that sounds good. That sounds like the right kind of role for him. Okay. I'm intrigued. This is, again, I'm going to use that phrase as bad as it is. It feels like it's not an AEW move to book this tag rematch. It feels like the match to book was Malachi and Penta. Doesn't it? That feels like the obvious match. He's spat the mist at Penta. And I don't know. I'm intrigued.
I'm bored. This is boring to me.
Wow.
It's too big brain. I got small brain.
It's too big brain. Holy shit. It's too big brain. And the Malachi Black angle is just befuddled you. You've just said enough is enough. I can't take it anymore.
Dude, I don't understand the shit. I don't. I be it for realsies. He uses big words. He uses stuff I don't understand. He posts on Instagram. I don't even follow him on Instagram. I don't get it. Right. I don't get it, dude.
Now, look, I'll be honest. I don't think I'm the most qualified to talk you through this, but I'm going to try my best, all right? What particular element of this are we confused at right now? I'm intrigued, because I feel you
uses and how he speaks in poetry.
Okay. Have you considered just not listening? That's worked well for me.
I don't think that's fair. I think he wants me to experience the whole thing, and when I experience the whole thing, I don't understand it.
But he's a good guy. He doesn't want you to be sitting there confused. I can tell you that for certain. He doesn't want you to do that. Just look.
Whoever
Just
said live, laugh, lore, they need to trademark that shit.
He could actually sell some tremendous t-shirts.
Dude, that'd be fucking hilarious. I would buy in for that.
The question is he self-aware enough to find that funny?
Question. Is this supposed to be that nobody understands and that's the gimmick? Or is it supposed to be like we semi-understand, and if we understand, we're the cool kids kind of vibe?
I don't know. I mean, I used to have many debates with the chat about this.
I will not be sending him a DM. I like my job, and I will eventually speak to him one day, so I don't think I should do that.
He seems like a very nice guy, seriously.
Yeah, he does seem
There was a big debate about this a while back, and it was explained to me that it was okay, and I should let it play out, because Julia Hart was going to turn heel. And she has yet to do that. The Mist seems to have different effects on everyone. I don't really understand what the... Pac, he wants to still fight them. But then if Pac and Penta both want to kill Malachi Black, it feels like he should have better backup than the Australian Nightmare, doesn't it? He should probably bring a gun or something, shouldn't he?
Okay, no gun talk.
Okay.
But...
I mean, it would be pretty funny, though, right? If Malachi Black came out of a fucking show. Could you imagine if the wrestling world expects a Buddy Matthews debut?
Good Lord. I think they should bring in Cody.
No more.
I think Cody would help them figure it out. I think you missed Cody, and then Cody goes, "I've turned black."
There you go. That was a pitch at one point, right?
There you go.
I'm still not sure. You've now confused me as to what we're confused about.
The Mist, his words, his Instagram posts, and the videos.
Well, I can help on a lot of these. So first, you don't follow him on Instagram. There's another quick tip.
That's part of the lore.
Yeah, but you don't have to. Here's the thing. I feel like you're trying to understand it, which is why you're getting confused. Just let it play out. Just watch it and grin, Just watch it and grin. It's fine,
You can't tell me to let it play out. I have PTSD from Bianca, dude.
I let it play out, and I'm going to get Buddy Matthews.
Oh, God.
Think about it.
How long did you wait for Buddy Matthews?
12 years. No, it was, how long was it? 6 months?
If you were in a relationship with somebody... Go with
and they wouldn't sign for your favorite wrestling promotion.
Good Lord. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they go, I love you, but I can't see you for 6 months. What are you doing, Joe?
Okay.
8 months. 8 months.
Am I allowed to ask the reasoning? Because if it is the fact that if it's the fact that they're working with Colt Bauer, I immediately cut ties.
He got beat by TJP, and he was like, I'm going to experience what the indies are like. I have to come back to you in 9 months. I'm going to go get beat by TJP.
The TJP part would be a stumbling block, I feel. I think the rest of it I can kind of respect and rock with, but I think TJP paid by Colt Bauer feels like a real...
Yeah.
But, he's letting it play out. You think he's
going to work control your narrative?
He would have if he didn't have this gig, but he hopefully will not now. Do you know they have a TV deal imminent? I don't know if you've heard that.
Yeah, isn't it with some small brand that nobody knows?
No, I'm sure it will be on CBS or something, right?
In prime time. Where Jack Crosby is?
We actually did this joke. He sent in our chat. Shoot and he sent this the link, the TV deal imminent. He said, "Where is this thing going?" And Shoot made that exact thing. He was like, CBS, have you not been told yet that you're doing the pre-show?
It's Pop TV or Pursuit. Pop TV, isn't that where Impact used to be?
Yeah, I don't know if that's where, because one of those channels, do you remember Destination America?
Something like that, yeah.
They did Impact, and they also got Ring of Honor, and by the end of the year, they had neither. They was enough of wrestling.
Well then.
Yeah, I want to talk
about. Why are we saying John Alba's name?
I don't know. He's a big star now. He can't do stuff like this anymore.
John likes me.
He's a good guy. He's
very nice.
I was going to say
Schitt's Creek. Pop for Schitt's Creek.
You know Jack Crosby? he sent a text in our thing that just said "fuck, fuck, oh my fuck," and I was like, "What?" And then he sent the link to the Garcia Danielson thing, and I was like, "Why don't you just like send that first, man?" So I didn't have to think that something traumatic had happened. You know, he got me really concerned there for a
That's
second.
funny. I like that. That's a style of communication that's like unique to him. You know.
Agree. I once I invited Alex Palowski onto the Distraction podcast.
I love Alex.
He's wonderful. I invited him on, and I, rather than just saying like, "Hey man, do you want to come on the Distraction?" I just said, "Alex Palowski" in all caps, and I waited for his reply before I did my request. So
how did he respond to that?
he said, "Hello," and he said, "Why did you say my name in all caps?" And I explained myself. It was a bit awkward, but you get what you get, I suppose. He came on the show, still did it. So here you go. That's a good question.
I was gonna say, yeah.
What?
I want them to ask me questions. Q&A time.
There you go. Let me read
Malachi.
this because people get mad if I don't read. They go like, when I'm listening, so because I forget people watch and listen to these shows, so I just sort of. Jaychele, would you rather listen to Malachi talk about paying the boatman's toll or listen to Braun Strongman control his narrative?
Malachi.
Look, whatever you think of what he's saying, he sounds fucking cool, doesn't he? Like, he has a really good delivery on those promos.
He's good in the ring, too, so I'm chilling with that.
That's the beauty of him compared to, like, The Fiend, is that when it actually comes time to wrestle, you can enjoy Malachi Black. Am I wrong? Come on.
I have no thoughts on The Fiend. I don't know. I think he has a fan base that will come for me on Twitter. My name is on the screen, so I'm just going to leave it alone.
That was one of the more cowardly things I've seen happen on this show.
I like my brand.
I want to make it very clear that if you are a Fiend fan, while I respect your opinion, I will invite any and all abuse you want to send my way. You've put me through some of the worst professional wrestling I've seen in recent memory. You made Alexa Bliss a Fiend-esque character.
I don't think he did that.
He did all of it. I blame everything on him.
I don't think that's nice.
So this is what you do in wrestling. Jaychele, you're still not quite picking up all the skills, okay? Let me explain. This is an important skill. So here's what you do, right? Imagine this is like a flowchart, right? Do you like the wrestler involved? If the answer is yes, blame creative. If the answer is no, simply say that they have a bad attitude and they pitched all their bad ideas and it's their fault and they can go fuck themselves, okay? Remember that. So, Bray Wyatt, that piece of shit ruined Alexa Bliss. Buddy Matthews.
I didn't like Alexa Bliss to begin with, so creative.
There you go. Buddy Matthews, creative let him down,
Okay. Can you bring up my questions? Because people have questions for me. And I feel like
give me a second here. There's a lot going on, or I'm trying to explain the business here. This is very difficult.
Oh my God, you're killing the business, brother.
There you go. I've been doing that for a long time. People are asking Brett or HBK. There you go.
I'll go for Brett because HBK did mean stuff to Dax, and I like Dax.
How many Bret Hart matches have you seen? I'm really intrigued. If it's not a lot, it doesn't matter. But
like 5.
That's okay.
Was that what you were expecting, or were you expecting lower?
I didn't know.
Does it count if one of them is the match from 2010?
Probably not, but we'll just say yeah for the sake of it. I get. I mean, look, you have to understand that Bob was actually doing the late night Grin and had never seen the Young Bucks wrestle.
Oh,
I think his first time he'd ever seen them wrestle was against the Lucha Bros in a cage, and he was reviewing Rampage every week. So,
that's gonna give me a heart attack.
Favorite WCW match?
This one.
Fair. Jaychele, does Bud Matt come close to your top 5?
Is that power rankings or wrestling wise?
Feels like power rankings.
Power rankings, hell no.
He's red. He's a redhead, right? Does that disqualify him?
No. Because I like Blake Christian. Blake Christian's kind of up there.
Right. Now I feel insulted just by this whole conversation. Okay, carry
on. Hold on. The most of my top 5 are they're either young or they're black or they're mixed with both of those. So.
Okay. So is Blake Christian young? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Okay. He's not in my top 5 though.
No. Oh, well, there you go.
My boyfriend's gonna watch this. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Jaychele?"
It was a detailed answer, and I respect that. Here we go. Jaychele, who'd you root for in a tag match of the Boss and Hug Connection versus Fire and Flavor?
Is it for a title or something?
I don't know.
I'll go with Fire and Flavor.
I love the way you said that like it was a match that'd been booked for the next week's
I
show or
was thinking
something.
about. I was like, if it's a big match, I need Tasha to win. Like if
Yeah.
it's a smaller match, Sasha can win.
How mad would you get if you like secured an interview with the legit boss for your big project and she did it all in kayfabe?
I would
Would
fucking
you
love it. I
would
would
you
love
just be
it.
like
I
yeah,
think I would like it more, to be
it's
honest.
good. It's a good attitude to have.
I love everything Sasha, so
She's very, very good. I don't, do we know what's going on with her? Like, I'm not even doing a bit
she's
when I
filming
ask this.
something.
Okay, so she's off by her own choice, right?
Yeah, she was with Snoop Dogg high as fuck yesterday. So that was that.
Oh, God bless. All right, well, good for her.
Can I say that on here?
I told you it's the late night grin.
Okay.
Jaychele, why do you hate WCW?
Old people.
Old people, that's incredible.
This should be rapid fire. It's funnier if it's quick.
This is spiteful. I'm not even going to read that.
Ricky
Don't
Starks.
answer it. Don't answer it. It's just.
Ricky Starks. Somebody said
Yeah.
AJ. Thoughts on AJ? That looked like he said resigning. I mean, good for him. He better fight Edge at WrestleMania. I'm going to read these now because I can do them quick. Okay?
I mean, fine.
Okay. Best Bob tweet. Anyone where he's not bashing Sasha. Are we getting a Brett versus Dak match? Probably not because Brett's hurt. If it's for bragging rights, then I'll go Tasha. I will not be watching old matches. I'm already going to have a series where I have to watch a bunch of matches that I hate from wrestlers that I hate. So there's that. Joe is going to always try to talk me into a WCW show, but I think that's just going to be the angle here is that I refuse to watch WCW, and I'm still going to be super successful without watching WCW just because everybody who told me I wouldn't be successful because I didn't watch WCW, I got to spite them. My favorite finishing move in AEW besides the Rochambeau, which was Ricky's move, of course. That's actually a good question.
The Walls of Jericho? The Judas effect?
Why is this happening to me? I like the Jaded move, but I like it because it was like Beth's originally. I also like Hook's move. Duh.
Yeah.
Red Rum. Am I applying for the famous TNA gut check? Is that when they go and have to fight and then you get a deal with TNA?
Yeah, they used to have like judges and stuff.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
think I would be good at that? I think I'd be dope. I talked about when I get married to my boyfriend, putting him in a skull crushing finale at our wedding.
Why that move in particular?
Because it was the easiest for him to take. I was gonna try to do a Samoan drop, but he's heavier than I am, and I'm not very strong. So I was thinking, it's the easiest. You can call it the paradigm shift. It makes you feel better.
All right. Okay, that's fine. Carry on.
Bob O'Neill is not the leader of the crew. Who owns the night? Impact, of course. Favorite TNA match? Anything with aces and eights. You're gonna go with that? Oh God.
What?
No, I swear it's Chris Bay. It's anything with Chris Bay. Please don't kill me. Good Lord. The first Control Your Narrative champion is either gonna be Marty Scurll or Karrion Kross. You pick. I think that somebody said on somebody's tweet that it's gonna be title opportunities because they don't believe in shots, and I like that. This segment rules. I think we should do this more. We're just trying to kill time. Keep asking your questions. I'm going through the chat. Eating soup. Yeah, that sounds like Joe.
That's a Bob tweet.
I know, but that's your tweet now. We should make it Joe eating soup Hopert. Thank you. Do you like Deonna Purrazzo Open Challenge on Impact Wrestling? It was cool. I was hoping for Athena, so I probably did that to myself. Best stipulation, anything besides the blood and guts match, to be honest, because it didn't look too good to me. The climbing over the rope stuff was too hard. It was hard.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like the Casino Battle Royal stuff. Like anything casino when there's like the surprise entrant, I like that a lot. You guys are leaving random comments from stuff that I said like 2 minutes ago, so I don't remember what it's about, but it's kind of funny.
It's challenging. It's very difficult.
No, I don't know if Marty's in CYN. I was making a joke. Wes Briscoe, don't remember him. Favorite Ed Leslie, don't know who that is. Who are we gonna talk about for the free agent show? Whoever the fuck we feel like. Sorry, Dave. I don't know. If I can manage anybody, either Bianca or Jade.
Can we talk about our debate before the show? In which I said that I would be a good manager also, and you got very aggressive and said, no, you
Yeah.
couldn't. That was tough. Carry on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm great. You, questionable. um, God is angry at everyone. Did you see what Daniel Bryan said, or Brian Danielson, whoever gives a fuck? Oh God. Mid-South champion George South, maybe, I guess. I'll go with that. Sasha Banks. Pretty soon, I feel like it'll be Bianca Belair one day. I don't know who Totem Hop Star is, and I can't read.
That is Tottenham Hotspur. They're a soccer team.
I don't like soccer.
I know, but if I'd have said football, you'd have been like, they don't play. Then we'd have had a whole debate about football. So I just said soccer. You know.
Did you know there's like 2 new football leagues? There's the XFL
Yeah.
and the USFL.
It was being explained to me last night by Shoot. It's very confusing.
I googled it. I'm very impressed with myself.
Good for you.
Kenny Omega deserved the blame. No, put that on Tony. I mean, put on misogyny too. Most tolerable Brit. You or Monty. I'll give you guys compliments there. I think you guys are equal. Monty says my name in the accent, though. You don't say my name in an accent.
Is that a good or bad thing?
I like when he says it. I think it's cool.
That accent, that's
say my name.
Absolutely. No, I'm not going to say it ever again now. I'm just gonna.
You're gonna introduce me in the next show, and you're gonna forget about this. It'll be okay.
Well, obviously, but for the sake of this,
Briscoe is married to Red Velvet. Yes, like the wife more than the husband.
Did you just endorse Monty's accent out of interest?
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Me and Monty are friends.
He's friends with me too. I'm not going to sit here and lie about his accent on the air though.
I like his accent.
Okay.
I was joking about 8s and 8s. I don't know. WCW isn't for me. Andrade Hulpert Family Office. That sounds nice. When do you think Hook will win the TNT Championship on Rampage? Joe,
this week.
Yeah. Joe, there's a question for you. Would you accept the contract to manage the Gun Club?
Yeah, I'd accept the contract to just about anything at this point. After 6 weeks of independence, I'm ready to sell my soul and move on with this thing, man.
I want to control your narrative. You can control your narrative over there.
Depends how well it pays, I'll manage I'll manage Jake Hager if it pays well enough,
Are you gonna be his personal assistant?
I may have gone too far with that one. I mean, I'm not saying I was lying, but I think I went too far. Carry on.
Somebody should clip. If you clip that shit and you don't clip me saying I don't give a fuck earlier, you're the fakest person I've ever met, and I will probably block you on Twitter. Favorite OG Bullet Club member? Chris Bay is the only good one.
Wait, hang on. Do you not like Finn?
No, Finn's fine, but I like Chris Bay better.
But it was OG. Fine. Okay.
Dude, these questions are my questions. I'm answering them how I want.
You're right.
Who's my favorite wrestler in NWA? Darius Lockhart, of course. That's a layup. After Patreon, I need merch. I think that's Joe. Joe needs to handle getting me some merch. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Right? There's a shop for the late night Grin, and I have no merch in it.
That's Shoot's department, yes.
Okay.
The only problem with the shop is that we created it and we sold some t-shirts, and then after about 3 weeks, people stopped buying them, so we forgot to add more shirts and mugs, and we'll try. What should we do? What should we do as a shirt? I don't know if we can do "oh fuck off" as a shirt, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think that sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Leave some ideas in the chat. Keep leaving questions, but also leave merch ideas. And if you make the winning one, I'll give you a shout out on my Twitter. I got like almost 3,000 followers, so that's cool. This is not going well. Favorite Machine Gun Carl Anderson match? Anyone that doesn't involve him. Favorite country in the UK? Dude, I'm not good with geography. Didn't Brexit happen? So I can't say like Great Britain.
Wait, what was the in the? No, that doesn't affect. No, no, that's a different thing altogether. In the UK, you have. In the UK, was the question favorite country in the UK? To be
Yeah,
clear, before I answer this,
yeah,
you have
yeah.
England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland.
Wait, Ireland isn't in there?
Well, there's a whole. That's a history lesson you have to learn another day.
Okay,
There's
I'll go Scotland,
yeah.
I guess, just to
Wow,
piss you off. Yeah. Actually,
that's
no, I like the Sidemen. I go England. Um, I don't know if that's right.
oh yeah, I understand that. Sorry,
Do you know who?
I was very
Do you know who
confused.
the Sidemen are?
Yeah, for a minute I thought you was doing like a Brit rest, and I was like, what the fuck? I understand. Carry on.
As Brit Joe Holpert. That's great. Favorite WWE ECW champion? Bob Lash, I guess. Oh, a t-shirt that says WCW is old people. I like that.
There is no way that is being posted to anything I'm affiliated with. That would be a brand killer for me.
Switchblade Jaychele. That's a good shirt.
Do you
Grin
think
Gang is a good shirt too.
that's interesting? Yeah, the Switchblade thing is.
I don't think we could put the Bullet Club logo though.
You
I
don't
think
know.
that sounds like
Yeah.
copyright shit.
Um.
Which matches are you looking forward to watching on Terminus tomorrow? Probably just Santana and
Speaking of
John.
such, we have a super green.
Oh.
Frank says this is more money than Terminus will make tomorrow. Thanks, Frank. Carry on, Jaychele.
Period. Love that. Ireland were a tag team, but they split up. Shirt cannot be something related to Garcia. Yeah. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Will I try to get an interview with Danhausen? I don't think I can mentally do that right now. Dude, maybe eventually. I want Swerve first. My mission for my next interview is Swerve. I'm so for real on that. I'm manifesting and I'm saying it out loud. So like when I get it, you know.
I think that's gonna happen. I have a quick thing to say here. They've done an interview with Tony Khan on Twitter. AEW have. I can't watch it here, but it says they talk about a big business deal that he's aiming to close.
Oh,
chat. If you've seen the video, can you tell us?
Yeah,
if
go
that's
watch
like
it
tonight?
and let us know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Sorry, carry on, Jaychele. We're doing have like 5 minutes here, so
Yeah.
we conclude the questions that have been asked.
I'm wrapping up. Somebody said that they still want a I'm a Joe Holpert guy shirt.
Yeah, there's been a lot of requests for Joe Holbert shirts. They never really seem to come to fruition, you know?
Is it because they don't sell or?
I don't think anyone cares enough to make them, you know?
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm sure
I think we should do this for the free agent show. I think we should do like the speed round.
What, where I just put the mic down and you talk about Great Britain?
No, where I answer people's questions.
Oh, yeah, we should do that. The free agents thing is going to be a really interesting concept because, like, I don't want anyone to lose their jobs, but it feels like within about 2 weeks we're going to need WWE to do some more releases. Otherwise, we're fucked.
We're just going to start going to ROH, dude. I'm so for real. I don't care if people don't watch or not, but like,
I'm with you. I agree. You know,
we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah. TK says he can't say what it is, but it'll be great for the fans and the wrestlers.
Then why the fuck would you say anything?
Hype. What about the hype, Jaychele? Still learning lessons. He's one promoter of the year, you know. Now,
Bianca Belair didn't win Wrestler of the Year or Women's MVP of the Year, so I don't care.
The MVP thing is awesome, isn't it? Like they've just like introduced this incredible term that has to be. It popped me tremendously. I think I know what the announcement is, but I'm not going to say shit. I'll tell Jaychele after.
Okay, I was going to say.
Let's conclude our business here. Jaychele, you have much to promote.
Yeah.
You do that now. I will then do some promoting, and then I will hit the new outro for its first non-paywall appearance.
Oh shit.
Jaychele, go ahead.
Oh my god, don't come at me for Tommy. Please don't. I don't need that right now. Bianca Belair just should have been hired. That's all I was trying to say. But you guys can follow me on Twitter at Jaychele Nicole, JaychelenNicole. Have a hard time spelling my name sometimes, but I got it right there. I also do have a Patreon now, which is patreon.com/Jaychele. If you want to watch that Big Swole article, there is a lot of newsworthy shit in it, so you'll be able to hear it from her early. It'll likely drop tonight during Dynamite, so if you want to check that out, that's the place to be at. I'm so grateful for all the support over there. We already have a couple Patreons, so I'm very grateful for that. If you have subscribed, if you haven't, go do that now. There's other cool content. I have an Anthony Henry interview, Rhett Titus, Josh Wood, some cool content coming over there pretty soon. That'll all be Patreon exclusives. So if you want to check that out, that's the place to go. Patreon.com/Jaychele. JJ, can you drop that in the chat for me, please? Sorry, JJ. Love you. But I also do have my Ricky Starks interview out on my YouTube channel as well now. Just search Jaychele Nicole Ricky Starks. It'll come up and you'll see it. Make sure to give that a like and a comment and hit the subscribe button over there if you feel nice, I guess. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today.
Okay. Folks, Jaychele and I will be back with the free agents, right? We're talking about Cody Rhodes. He has not ruined that episode. I will then be on. That's at 6 now, right? 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you, JJ. I have to do another show before that where I get to talk to Swerve's cousin about Swerve signing. I can't say anything else.
That'll be 6. Then at 8, I'll be with Oracle for the Historical Oracle. So doubleheader tomorrow night, special Thursday shows. I can't do the big 24-hour stream tomorrow because of that. We're going to probably do it next week if Bud Matt does show up. And it doesn't suck, obviously, is the key. Friday, the only thing is the Late Night Grin official on latenightgrin.com after Rampage. Jaychele and I's free agent show obviously has moved forward. So remember that, folks, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Now, here is the key. We have a new official outro. Jaychele is a pro of StreamYard. She knows it's a little bit weird when the video actually ends, right? It looks like you kind of click it. Sometimes it stops early, sometimes it stops late. We have a remedy. We have a fix. The shoot is prepared. So, I'm now going to show that to you all. You'll not see us again because it'll be the outro and the video will end. But we appreciate you joining us for Dynamite Preview. I'll be back in a couple of hours here, maybe 2.5 hours, I guess, to review the show of Oracle. I'll see you then, folks. And in the meantime, enjoy our brand new outro.